We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. We are in the Lionsgate portal, and tomorrow is the peak with the 8-8 portal. Now, the Lionsgate runs until the 12th, though, so we're still kind of in these energies, but expect the next, I want to say 48 hours to get really, really intense, as we're also going to be receiving a lot of solar energies with this one too. So you're probably feeling the energies, but let's go ahead and do a reading just to see what's going on. I'm just going to do a quick reading today. We're going to start with the divine feminine. Remember, this is just a general reading, so only take what resonates for your specific situation. That's why I recommend doing the one-on-one work with me. If you guys are needing a reading, coaching, healing sessions, clearings, activations, I have so much amazing stuff on my website just for you. I have a lot of stuff up for the Lionsgate portal. And of course, I'm loving this 8-8 because we have our Aquarius full moon literally the next day. So tomorrow, 8-8 portal, the next day, Aquarius full moon. It's a really good time to be doing healing work, activation work, and charging your crystals. I'm excited to do that over here, all right? Make sure you're putting any of your crystals outside. I'm going to be putting mine out actually just in general for the 8-8 and the full moon, and just leave them outside a couple of days if you're in a place where you can do that. Okay, so only take what resonates for you. Divine feminine, let's just see what is going on for you. Divine masculine, if you're watching, take this as direct messages from your divine feminine. Okay, we're going to start this right off. You take my demons, and I love this notion because energy attachment. Some of you guys are working through things that have been triggered in this lifetime on a deep level. Some of these things are yours. Some of them you might be clearing them that are not yours, but they are now, that have been picked up from your programming, things you've experienced, like earlier experiences, or even childhood, or even your family line deep within your DNA and programming that you're working on letting go of. But energy attachments, and this is what I help you guys with, also clearing and releasing and letting go of. So this can just sound, this can be many things that are coming up that you're still working through or working on during this time. And obviously you should be working on yourself spiritually and energetically, but we have a huge letting go of old patterns that have been holding you back in all different areas of your life. But this is a relationship reading. I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. I want to treat you the way you deserve. Okay, some of you guys are going through stages of the journey. Even doesn't matter if you're in union, separation, or in between. These are all stages of the twin flame journey that you're going through. And so it just kind of depends. There's going to be healing coming up despite what stage you're in. So with the Lionsgate portal, these are actually amazing energies. Like if you're in separation, shifting out of that, having your person reach out if you haven't heard from them. If you're in union, really, really inching closer and clearing long time blocks, feeling amazing. You can really ride this high. However, as I'm always trying to teach you, these energies amplify how you're feeling and what's going on within you. So it depends on your frequency. It depends on where you're at, what you have going on, what kind of mood you're in, and things like that. But you can really, really get on a beautiful high with this Lionsgate portal, as well as the 8-8 portal. So I'm trying to get my cat 8-8 portal energies and really, really tap into it and use it. Okay, awaken the magic of your creativity. Immerse yourself in the world of feeling. And it's very, very important that you're really, really connecting with your emotions and feelings. When we disconnect, we tend to have more repressed things. Now, with awakening, you have a lot surfacing at any given time, as there's a lot of clearing work that is happening within these higher energies. And some of it is emotions. Obviously, your twin flame for both, but we're doing reading for divine feminine, has triggered a lot in you emotionally. As you're doing the work to let go of old energies, blocks, things weighing you down, things blocking your light frequency, it's just many layers. Like you're going to go through a lot of, if you're really, really on a spiritual path, a lot of like rebirth, ego death, layers of just clearing away. So many layers that need released and healing. And these are things that are blocking your light and your frequency. And as you're doing this deep work to uncover and heal these many layers, you're really getting to your divine self within. It's like the work that you want to be doing. And so as you're doing this, you're going to notice that you're getting more creative. And that's one way we can tap into our own energy. The more you're doing the work and focusing on yourself and healing, you should be really tapping into a creative energy, especially as we're in Leo season. And you can do so much with that. You're noticing that a lot of people on those 5D frequencies are like, following their own calling, their mission, getting creative, channeling that in a beautiful, creative way, in whatever way that is for you as well too. Now this could be, like we talked about, bigger mission inspiration, but for some it might even be really, really connecting with your own inner guidance, your intuition, paying attention to these little insights that are coming through. Okay, you cast a spell with your existence. Magic flows brightly and radiantly within you. And some of you guys are feeling, I say, the magic of the connection, right? When you're aligned, we'll say, when you're in these higher frequencies and with your twin flame, it's like time stops. I describe it as the love bubble. And unfortunately, maybe you can stay there, but usually you can't because the real world calls. And we actually do a lot on Earth. You guys are noticing, like, a lot happens, underneath if you're able to kind of tap into that. And so there's going to be times you're in those higher states, obviously, with your twin flame, and it feels so, so good. And then sometimes you're pulled back, whether this is with them or even solo, because you have things to take care of. But you feel the magic of this connection. And I mean on an energetic level, and especially for the divine feminine, because I study this stuff obviously and work in this field, but I've found that divine feminine and divine masculine go through very different processes, and so does everyone, based on where you're at in your lessons, what you came to Earth to do, what you're working through, what you got going on karmically. But for the divine feminine, a lot of you guys feel a very strong pull to your divine masculine, and many of you guys have a lot of things surfacing and are breaking within this reading, attachments to this connection, because it feels so strong energetically, whether you're with them or just really thinking about them a lot as well too. But you're feeling the divine, I want to say, behind this connection and being involved in this connection. And a lot of you guys are awakening during this time, and you're able to tap into your energy and how things feel on an energy level when it comes to other people and things like that too. So this is a connection that a lot of you guys even mistake that energy could be your divine masculine, but it's the divine energy in between you or guiding you on your path. And this is one thing that makes this connection a little bit different, because you're going to feel very strong, I want to say, energy, and it could be like energy surges, pulls, actual guidance, because when you can connect with and learn how to tap into this energy, it's actually giving you like downloads and instructions and we'll say guidance. So as you are connecting with this twin flame connection, it brings a lot of obviously healing to the surface and things to work on or work through. I was explaining to someone this morning, every connection brings its own soul contract and lessons and things that you're learning, but connections are meant to help us, relationships in our life, to work through our issues. A lot of people, maybe you guys know that and you're at a higher level, maybe some people don't notice, okay, but they are there to help you to work through issues, okay, and things that you need to work on healing. So we have this beautiful connection. It is being divinely guided during, we'll call it the Lionsgate portal, but during, the 8-8 portal, Lionsgate portal, you're probably feeling this connection a little bit more, whether you're in person with your person and you're feeling all of the divine energy around you flowing when it is flowing, or you're in separation, having this person, like, I'll say feeling this person, okay, and really feeling them even if they're far away. Okay, the time of guilt and shame ends now. Forgive yourself and begin to live love yourself just as you are. That's what we're clearing. A lot of fear, root chakra, guilt, sacral chakra, and shame, solar plexus. Now, oftentimes we don't even process this, but it just comes up as feelings, and most importantly, how we feel about ourselves or maybe even other people. But we want to focus on yourself right now with healing yourself. So you've had a lot of things kind of coming up, and when I deal with, we just call it shame, but I'll just call it old blocked emotions, what it is, childhood trauma and things that come up as feelings and how we feel about ourselves, and kind of healing that on the energy level. So for this, it's indicating a lot of sacral stuff happening and a lot of solar plexus stuff happening. Doesn't surprise me. We're in the Lionsgate energies, and it can bring up a lot on a chakra level too. Okay, some of you guys feel like it's time and you're waiting, or divine timing, but that isn't it. I always remind people, and I obviously see this all the time with the work I do, you guys can shift anything anytime that you want. No better time than the Lionsgate portal. Maybe tapping into that, getting excited about the energies and making them work for you. So don't sit waiting and think things will change. It's actually changing our energy state, our frequency, our beliefs around things, especially if we've created something unknowingly that isn't great for us. Okay, so we have your inner voice. Make sure that you're tapping into your inner voice and really, really aligning with it. I think it's very, very important too. Discerning between ego, solar plexus, guidance. So discerning on what you're picking up on. Sometimes this comes back to the feelings to get a better read. All right, you have something in limbo that hasn't fully happened. It can be this union or things of how this union will go and things like that. It just kind of depends. Okay, so we're gonna do, and then it's working with the archangels would be really beneficial for you right now, whether this is getting into energy healing, connecting with the archangels will really, really help you to obviously connect spiritually and to get more assistance. Okay, so we have the 3 cups, and I love this. Some of you guys, it's but it's like some of you guys are clearing, I'll just call it outside energies, third party, outsider attachment, or even your own inner attachment or energy attachments. You're going to be celebrating with this situation soon. I love it because it is things coming together. And a lot of times we need to work on things till they come together. We have the Page of Coins, and this is like recognizing opportunity as it's coming at you. Some of you guys, not everyone, these readings are for everyone. If you're in some type of separation, really working on other areas of your life, your finances, your jobs, other things you have going on. And also I see a lot of people being blocked by the people around them. Not for everyone, okay? Some of you guys might want to be around twin flames on your journey if possible. Sometimes when you guys are hanging out with people that are still not knocking it, but still navigating karmic situations and lessons, sometimes unknowingly they haven't done the work that you're trying to do, and it can kind of block you and pull you backwards. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right energy. It'll really help speed things up, especially if you notice that you're not making much progress with your situation. Just be mindful of that. I'm going to throw that in today's read. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups, and this is my completion. So I love it because, okay, and I love floating around the seasons. I kept saying it. I'm like, summer's almost over. I hate saying that. I'm going to soak up the rest of the vibe I can. Okay, it really is, because next month brings autumn equinox. So right now we're in the Lionsgate portal, and it's a buzz. However, we're getting ready to actually wrap up the semester, I always call it. Even though we're doing the seasons, it's very, very important in the cycles of our own life and our lessons and things like that too. So you're in the tail end of completion with something, and so for some this could be wrapping up your separation and doing the work required. If you're not doing the work, it drags on. Doing the work required to end that, because we're talking about an ending of something in a cycle. For some in union, this is just getting ready to kick off a new cycle, and you're going to notice that maybe your relationship is leveling up. I see so many people like going to the next level, which can bring up fears. I want to remind you that the twin flame journey brings up fears, whether you're in separation or together, and many old things and old programming that we need to deal with. So some of you guys might have been through a lot, like energetically, of releasing fears, or I see a lot of people becoming more mindful of their thoughts and the effect they're having on things, and releasing old fears connected to your past and old traumas that probably are not serving you. And so this energy is stirring things to the surface. But reminder, you're waking up. We have that Aquarius moon and Uranus energy. It's literally planet of awakening, hand in hand. Planet of awakening energy today, right? Wake up call. And then 8-8. And then, of course, we have our Aquarius full moon, which is ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of awakening, but also, you know, taking us into these galactic energies, the future. This full moon's gonna be super galactic with the Lionsgate porthole. So we have the Knight of Swords, and this is like, you are an unstoppable force when you are in alignment and things like that, and just really, really tapping into this year's Lionsgate porthole and using it to really be in your highest alignment, but to align with the ascension, the energies coming into the planet and the new frequencies that are available to us. And we're going through an entire upgrade that's going to hopefully affect all areas of your life in a positive way. And as you're making energetic shifts and inner shifts and doing the work to become this next version of yourself, higher version of yourself, because when you shift into the 5D, you're a completely different version of yourself than when you were asleep. All about alignment. And as you're awakening and doing things like activating your galactic DNA and all of this stuff, you become a completely different person. Your life will change in a positive way to match that. So just continuing to move through your lessons right now, you're going to notice that things are actually moving really, really fast in a good way, and helping you with that completion and wrapping things up, Divine Feminine. So like, you should be, you know, getting a lot done, whatever that is in your life right now. And that goes for the twin flame stuff too, seeing some beautiful shifts. The Lionsgate porthole is amazing for, you know, reunion, unions and things with the twin flame journey. So we're going to do a quick reading. I just wanted to get on here and say hi. We're going to do a quick reading. And make sure you guys are checking out my Lionsgate twin flame stuff. Have a lot of nice stuff on there. Okay, let's do a reading for the Divine Masculine and just see what's going on. Divine Feminine, if you're watching, messages from your masculine, the first few cards. I regret what I did to you. I fantasize about you. We know, and a lot of you guys are getting confirmation from your Divine Masculines of their side of things. And we have a lot of misconceptions about twin flame, like Divine Feminine just going through all of this emotional upheaval. Divine Masculine isn't. Not true. A lot of you guys are suddenly getting a reveal straight from your masculines of them telling you more of what they've been going through, confirmation of things you already sensed or knew or picked up on, and getting a lot of clarity this gateway. You deserve better than them. I don't know how to handle my emotions right now. Many of the times when Divine Masculine, if you guys are going through this, pulls back, this could be obviously separation or no contact, but it also could be in union, just kind of being distanced or pulling back a little bit, is because sometimes they don't feel great when they do that, by the way. So that's an indicator if you're going through that, okay? Awaken all your senses, slow down and become aware of them. This is about really connecting with yourself and your energy, and it is through our senses that oftentimes we pick up things on the psychic level, right? Our chakras. Okay, oftentimes our chakras are doing a lot, and I know, and they're picking up on a lot as well too. So we have the feel, the see, right, with the different chakras, and this is many different ways and things like that too. So really, really tapping into your senses, things that you're picking up on for more clarity. This is how we connect with the spirit world too. And sometimes it's really, really important to be connecting with your own feelings and psychic senses. And as you're going through the cleansing and clearing that twin flames all go through as part of the process, you're becoming more clear and picking up on more and attuning to your senses more. And this is how we can live a fuller, more vibrant life and be more mindful and in the moment and enjoying things as well too. And we use our senses for everything, whether you're tasting your food and breakfast and coffee, or, you know what I mean, you're picking up on things, you're dreaming, you're daydreaming, you're in your head, you know, we pick up on it, use our senses for everything, how things feel, right, touch, everything. So tuning to your senses, this connection is bringing them online more. I talked about in my last live Facebook video about how one of the signs when you've made a dimensional shift into the 40 is really your senses come online. You might be seeing things really vibrant, like oftentimes when you're taking a pic with your cam, looks one way and you're seeing like all of this spectrum because you're seeing interdimensionally, you're seeing things that your camera can't even pick up now, UFOs and things, right? Okay, you're able to also just really see see and feel things better. This is where your psychic gifts begin to activate and things. So because of this connection, it's bringing things online in a powerful way, and I mean psychically, spiritually. All right, nature is calling you. It wants you to touch and protect with its healing powers. And a lot of times this is how we learn how to. And I feel that we have these different streams of energy. The earth, we live here. Welcome to earth and grounding into reality. And the galactic source energies, right? And so this is one way that we can recharge, let go of negative energies, but just connect and stay more grounded. And this brings a powerful energy into your frequency. And it really helps you whether you're trying to let go of negative energies, just connect on a deeper level. A lot of the masculines are awakening and connecting more with nature. And this is helping to really heal your root chakra, where we store all of our family trauma, ancestral imprints, our own karma trauma, right? Everything we picked up from our bloodline, childhood, everything. So our root chakra is very important in healing, especially for those that are empaths and energy sensitives. Okay, also connecting with your creative energies and bringing them into your life. And this is just in many different ways. Some of you guys are getting poetic and channeling more. A lot of the divine masculines are able to channel powerful guidance for their feminines to help them with their everyday lives, and this is one way of it. Or even just really how you're manifesting, living life and approaching life begins to change once you go through a spiritual awakening and you're really aligning with the life that you desire as well too. Manifestation is the most powerful form of creation, and getting creative as well too, and tapping into these gifts and abilities when you're ready to. So it could be in any different facet. Enter the temple of your truth and learn how to value it. Making your body a temple and a holy place, and also your home. Okay, so we have manifest your potential. Lots of manifesting cards. Doesn't surprise me because we're doing the Lion's Gate, but also what you're manifesting, this could be within your union. A lot of you are coming together with your divine feminine and putting your gifts and abilities together. If you want to date and be with anyone, especially living together, you literally are taking two separate realities and making them into one, and you're co-creating together. This needs to be cohesive, harmony, right? Good things. Okay, so you're like literally taking this and bringing it together. This is what union is as well too, and learning how to create together. And when you put your gifts and abilities together, because sometimes you guys have what the other is lacking, or you're really strong in something, your twin flame maybe not so great, vice versa, you really become like one super being, and you begin to create in a powerful way together. Like really. So this could be manifesting your union if you guys are in separation, and healing to do that. And if you guys are in union, what you're manifesting together. I see a lot of beautiful timelines coming together with twin flames of things you're doing together, whether this is places you're going, seeing, activities, whatever it is. Okay, so for you, and this is more something's coming at you that's going to make you really happy soon. For some, this is shifting out of that. And I was explaining this to someone. For some, this could be like reunion, union, happy points coming together. For some in union, just really embodying that. We talked a lot about the solar plexus. Doesn't surprise me, we're in Leo season, and clearing out the solar plexus so that you can just be happier. Like happiness, and it's always inner joy and inner happiness. So divine masculine, you might be releasing and healing a lot in this lifetime and letting go of a lot of heavy emotions so that you can really step into your power. And this is like, you're the creator of your life. Sometimes people don't like to hear that because we have to reach a state of empowerment, right? And realize that and learn how to master this stuff. And it can be hard work as we're doing Earth and learning how to do Earth, especially if you guys are a starseed and you're not, I don't want to say chronic, yeah, came from other places and you're learning how to master this stuff. This is divine masculine, really stepping into your manifesting gifts and abilities in a powerful way. Okay, so we have 9 of Wands, and this is like healing all of your wounds. This is my, even though it's Wands, it's very like a swords energy, this message coming through. It's very letting go of all those wounds and hardships and troubles and burdens that you've been carrying around, and just a huge release energetically. It's healing yourself and letting go of old wounds. And we have, of course, the High Priestess. Hey, you know where to find me. Okay, we have the High Priestess, and this is like really tapping into the oracle energy, the third eye energy, and the divine feminine energy. and this could be actually going to the Oracle, my website, right? Like finding the high priestess. And sometimes we think in this society they're going to be like up there with the celebrity culture all loud, but sometimes they're in these quieter spaces serving the goddess. Like, this is like, some of you guys are being guided to these feminine spaces of healing, you're noticing. Yeah, right there. And seeing how powerful it is to connect with those energies and things like that too. So, and you can take this message however it resonates for you as well too. So connecting with the divine feminine can bring a powerful healing into your life, obviously. Okay, so we have the 4 cups, and this is like, all right, make sure that you're not seeing things in a negative view or from the lens of distortion, we call it, or, you know, getting into that negative mindset because you're going through a lot of healing. Make sure that you are seeing that, I call it the cup energy, as the glass isn't almost empty, refilling your cup, right? Yes, it's always abundance and refilling, and you know, you never run out of energy. There is no lack as you're recharging yourself, recharging your currency and things like that too. So this is like shifting your mindset and seeing things in a more positive lens and light, and as you're healing, that will happen anyways. So we have the King of Coins, and this is secure abundance. Now, some of the masculine could be programming. Some of you guys have been really focused on the material. Maybe you've done really good in the material. Maybe some are trying to make it in the material and not feeling great there. It's just different for everyone. This is very focused on the matrix, the material, money, and everything like that. And then so, okay, maybe you're doing things to, you might have money coming to you. You might be doing really good in that area, but it's also enriching yourself in the spiritual way, because sometimes we also can have a deficit if we're focusing too much on the physical and things like that too. So for a lot of the masculine, a lot of you guys are having a spiritual awakening and being guided to really work on your spiritual self energetically, and connecting with the spiritual and bringing that down into your entire life and physical and things like that too. So if you've been really focused on like overworking during this time, all right, I get we got to do that. Refilling your cup, really channeling spiritual energies into your life and divine energies into your life that will help you, really connecting with the spiritual and really, you know, integrating that 5D self down into the physical and doing the spiritual work as well too, and really seeing the value, keyword value, seeing the value in that as well too, and really connecting with the spiritual energies too. So being guided to find more of a balance between your physical and, you know, everything tangible, I say, but also the spiritual, and to help to enrich in all these different areas as well too. So this will help you if you're struggling to manifest abundance, or maybe you have done that and a lot of people feel a little unfulfilled obviously, or their energy isn't great and their health whatever and things like that. So it's like really finding a balance, and this is something that we're doing as well too, and really bringing that spiritual down into the physical. And there's a reason why they call this a spiritual union as well too, because it's the connection that is already in union in the higher that you're trying to integrate here into the physical. Now, a lot of people get stuck in separation cycles because they're not able to hold this union, or they try to and wounds come up blocking it. So it's important also to be healing old wounds and integrating into these higher frequency and higher timelines where your union is, or within these unions, also really making space for the union and for your divine feminine. Okay, I'm gonna go and have a beautiful day. If you guys do need me, I have so many beautiful 8/8 and full moon stuffs on my website. Go with what calls you when you're navigating my website. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Make sure you're tapping into these Lionsgate portal energies.